Hey everybody, we're back, and I was working on this Flat Hillbilly. Last time at the beginning of the tape, I said Santa, but it's not a Santa; it's a hillbilly. But what I did off camera, I went ahead. I mean, we finished the face, but I put a little bit more hairline in here, and also in the back. And I've got my fingers in and the hole through here. I worked this side pretty much to where it's done, and that's what we're going to do over here. But with that, let's start right over here, and let's put in these little lines. So I'm going to take a 1/4 inch V right here, and I don't put a whole lot in. I just want to put a little bitty line in there like that down the center of that big lock of hair, just to kind of break them up. Like this right here. And I did it right over here. I'm going to do on the mustache side too. Not a whole lot. Now, on some of my carvings, I would really, get up in this area here. But on this little flat hillbilly, I want him just to have just a little bit of hairline in like that. Now, I've got it right over here. We got to put some notches in. I'm going to come in about right here and right there, and take out a little wedge cut right in there. Like that right there. Now, I'm going to take my old V, come in down the center like I did in the front, put me a little bit of hairline in there. I did a couple at the top. We can pull them in this way, like that right there. Now, I'll put one right about there. It's not much, just a little bit. You could take your tool and come in like this and put one right there on the side. But other than that, that's basically about all I want in that area there. Now, if you notice over here, I've got this recessed against that strap. So we're going to do that right over here. And I'm going to take me my knife and make me a stop cut down along this, where I made this V cut. And I'm going to tuck that clothing in down in that strap right in there. Well, let me put that down. That had a little nick in it. I don't like that nicks in my tools. Let's right in here. You want to make that really stand out in there. Let's go right in here now and put me a deep shadow line in here. Like that right there. And I'm going to come in right here, make me a little fold right in here like that, and maybe one about right here. Like that right there. Now, if you notice right here, I've got the hole through there. I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. I've got my fingers drawn out, but before I like to go in and get this thing cut out and get that daylight through that hand. I think it looks good when you can do that. And actually, to start this, I take a like a big number 9 gouge, and I come in here and scoop away like this to get that all that cut out in there. I did that kind of off camera, but then you go back in with these little 1/4 inch number 9, and that other was like a 10 millimeter number 9. And you're just gonna meet there and get you a hole through there. And I don't know what I'm gonna put in this. I probably put maybe a moonshine jug in one hand and something else in the other. I don't know. It just depends. But basically, you just got to get this hole through. And now, see, I made through daylight. I went through basically with that number 9, and then I took a little number 11 to actually get me through there like that right there. And I'll clean it up right here. I might put maybe a rifle or something, or just leave the hand open and then a moonshine jug in one. But now I'm gonna go ahead and put these fingers in, and I'm gonna go in here with this deep. It's a deep V, and I come in and on this center line, and I come in here and separate these fingers like that right there. And I start in the middle so I can kind of make sure I get these fingers the right width apart. Like that. And then I'll put one right in here. Like that right there. Now, I'm going to set this back down, and you notice over here we got to pull this sleeve into that cuff area. So I'm going to take my knife blade right here, and I'm going to come across, and I'm going to start tucking that sleeve down into that cuff. Like that. Turn it around so I can work the back side. Like that right there. Now, we've got a little indentation. Well, right in here we got a little cut place in the cuff, so I use a little number 9 gouge. This is 10 millimeter. And I come in here and cut in that cuff area. And every now and then that thing wants to cut on you or split on you. But that's what we want there. Now let's work these little folds in, and to do that, I take me let's see here, this is a number 7 gouge. I don't know exactly what it is, probably a 10 millimeter, and I come right in here and I work a little area like this. And I create a little high ridge right in there. And then I got a little high ridge I'm going to work right up in here on the other side to form that little fold. Yeah, and let's see, I got 1, 2, and that's about it on that. Now, to get these little folds in here, I take a little number 11 gouge, and I come in about right here, and make this little cuts in here like this, like that right there. And then I'm going to deepen it with a knife tip. Let's use this little knife tip right here. And right here, you're just taking little triangular cuts out. Not much, just a little bit to give it a shadow, like that. Yeah, like that right there. Now, let's see. Right in here, I want to tuck this in just a little bit more. Like that. Now, what we got to do now, excuse me, I've got to tuck this sleeve in, this pant leg into this cuff. So I'm going to take my knife blade and start tucking that in into that cuff. And like we did on the sleeve, we'll have to go over this with the number 9 gouge. But this old guy, he's pretty much getting close to being finished. This is the last video on this one. And then, not this Sunday, but the next, I'm headed down to Gainesville, Florida. I'm going to be down there at the rendezvous down there. And looking forward to that. And those that are coming, well, if you're interested, you need to call Chris Willick at the Whittling Shack, and he'll get you set up. And I'm putting this little notch in on here on my heel. But I'm looking forward to that. After Gainesville, I'm headed over to Clearwater, Florida, and after that, I'm coming back up to Northport and doing a seminar there again. All right, we got the notch in right there. Let's turn it around this way. Now, we're going to develop some folds in there, and I'm going to use this big number 9. I'm going to come in about right here. And get in here. And can you see that all right, Brayden?
Yep.
All right. Well, I got that one, and we'll put one right up in here. We've got another little bit more room going there. This is a little, I think I mentioned it before, this is a pretty tough piece of wood here. It's a little hard. And you run into that, but you don't give up. You just keep cutting away at it. But you see, I've got those in. Now let's make this number 9 cut with like a 10 millimeter number 9 to form this this cuff here. Well, there's pant leg cuff. Like that. And we'll come around. And when you get a hard piece of wood like this, you instead of trying to get in there and make a really deep cut, you might consider just a lighter cut. Now, I do need to bring this on over here just a little bit, like this right there. And before we work up in here, I'm going to put this cuff on this, this sole of this shoe on. And let's take a number 11, 3mm, and we're going to come in here and work this sole of this shoe in. And I start in with this number 11, and then I go back over it with a V tool. And that's generally just the way I do. I always like to go in over with a number 11, then go back over it with a V. So I'll take that 1/4 inch V, and after I run that in there, I'll go ahead and make my. Okay, we're back. We had a little bit of technical difficulty on the camera, but I was right here working on this shoe. Of the sole of the shoe, and I was using a V tool. So I'm getting it in, and I hope everything's all right now on this battery. I think we're going to need a new battery on our camera.
Yep.
All right, I got that in, the sole of the shoe. And now, while we're right in here, let's go ahead and put this these little seams in on the overalls. And I'll come in right here and just follow your line like this with your V. And then same on this line. And then you just want to create a little seam right there. And while we're at it, we can go in and put this button. I have a button punch right here I like to use. I'll go in right here. And this is a Rommelson. Well, they were called eye punches at one time, but they make a super button like that. You go in and press that in. And then you take a 1/4 inch number 9 and kind of cut back up to that line like that. And then I like to come in here and kind of scoop the center of that button out, and like that, and go in and put me a little black dot right there on your button like that. And I'll probably burn that in. Now, what I want to do now is come in and put some little folds right in there. And what we'll do, I'll just kind of draw them in where they're going to be. There'll be one about right here. Something like that right there. And we're going to do it on the opposite side too. Come in right there. Anything to make these pant legs look buckled up makes them look good. Let's see here. Let's take the number 11 gouge and come in here. And, well, you know, I'm gonna go over it first with the number 9, and then we'll go over it with the number 11. Yeah, that looks better. And the one about right here in the bend of that leg, like that. Let's turn it around and do this side over here. Where are we at on time now, Peyton, as far as?
We got about 6 minutes.
6 minutes? Oh, well, we're just about there then. Now, I'm going to take that number 11 and come in here and kind of make me some deeper cuts in here with this number 11, like that on that side. We can also come in here and kind of put some gouge marks right up in here. I want to get that in like that. And let's see, we'll start about right here. You just want to allow these deeper folds come in, and let's take this one and come in and go all the way to that right in there like that. Now let's go ahead and cut this in, and we'll be pretty much done with this old guy. I come in right here, and I'm gonna bring that pocket all the way down about right there, and then come across here. Now, anybody that hadn't been watching, I'd like for you to go ahead, and if you're interested in this, hit that subscribe button and a thumbs up, just to let me know if you like the video or not, and you could send me a comment just to let me know what you like about it. I always like to hear from people on their comments. But I like bringing these things to you, so if you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button for me. All right, I've got that in, and let's kind of check him over. He's pretty much, looks pretty much done. Now, I want to show you one more thing. Over here, what I do to really finish him up, this is a Abernet sanding mesh, and I've been doing this lately on my carvings. This is like a 400 grit, or you could use a 500 grit, but you can come in and kind of smooth this stuff out and get off all the fuzzies, and it just kind of cleans him up a little bit. And I mean, I won't do the whole thing, but I'll kind of give you an idea. I did it up here, and the way I finish now, it just really looks good. But after I do that, I take my, let's see if I got my deer antler. There it is. I take this deer antler and I burnish the carving, and it kind of polishes that wood up a little bit for me. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it doesn't hurt the painting when you paint. As a matter of fact, I think it looks better, and it also brings the grain out on your wood. And what it does, it smashes these fibers, so when you paint, you're not as likely, if you're painting blue here, you're not in this red shirt, you're not as, it doesn't want to bleed through when you smash the fibers. Because if you smash the fibers, there's nowhere that paint or water, which I use a watered down acrylics to run. But what we're at on time, Peyton?
Right about on time.
Okay, but I will, on this guy here, I'll put a base on him, just a little small round base. But when I'll get him painted between now and end of this month, and I may show him on the next YouTube as we start. I don't know what the next YouTube will be yet, but I'm going to come up with it as I drive down to Florida again. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the little Flat Hillbilly, and until then, we'll see you next time. See you later. Bye.